I just hit start streaming. I was not ready. I just clicked on the button by instinct, and here we are. At least I updated the name of the stream. Welcome to another episode of Under Construction. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. Let me just grab this and share it before we get underway. Properly underway. I have a couple of important announcements. I'm going to sit on them for a little bit. Today is an AI episode, mostly. So we're going to try to fiddle with that. There were a few things that I was sitting on, and I definitely just want to see if we can make it to the part where the freight train goes to Mason Valley. So we're going to just start it, and as usual, we're going to be in here. We're going to be in at 5 a.m., as we do. 5 a.m. on shift, morning crew, day crew, whatever you want to call it. I need to move this over here so I can see the chat window and the game window at the same time. I need to empty my recycle bin because I just noticed that it's full and now it's bothering me. And Gloria reminded me again that I have an announcement to make, which I will do in due time. Just give me a minute. Let some people file in. It is the very beginning of the thing. Oh, you know what? I don't even have the game listed, so it's probably, YouTube is probably going to take a guess at what the game is, and it's probably going to assume it's City Skylines, which it usually does. Boy, it's taking a hot minute to load. What's that noise in the background? There's a noise in the background? Is it crickets? Are you hearing the crickets? Because there are some loud crickets. Now I need to listen to this. Loud crickets. Now I need to listen to this. Those are crickets. That is the sound of crickets. I don't know what to do about that. I apologize. I guess I can shut the window. Where are we? Oh, we're here. Okay, hold on. We need to go find where the trains are. And I don't remember what we had to keep our eye on because, of course, I compulsively delete the thing. Okay, that's different with the new versions of Trainz. Whoa. Game is not super happy with me. I haven't actually run the simulation since the update. So we'll see how this goes. Just in general, just in terms of lag and everything just popped out and back in. Let me go and shut the window so that we have less of that. Maybe the crickets will be a little bit quieter now. Wish this guy had a tender headlight. Feel like it would have, you know? Strap a headlight to it. This game only shows the session selection? Oh, the stream only shows... Oh. What the hell? That's bizarre. OBS is having a moment. Oh, no! Oh, I had Bandicam open again. That's why I clicked the thing when I wasn't ready. Do I have to restart everything now? I think I have to restart everything. I don't know if I have to restart OBS or I need to restart OBS or restart the other thing. See, I was gonna check that and I just clicked the button like a doofus. Alright. Hold on, we are going to bail out of the game. We're gonna try restarting the game first. Start Trainz. I was wondering why it was taking so long. Pixel... Oh god, poly count. Hold on, let's close this. And then start Trainz again. And then hopefully it'll just pop up, right? No? I think I broke OBS's capture ability. Hang on one second. I killed it for a second and came back, and it's still broken. Window, this one. How about, what if we switch it to something else? No? That's bizarre. It usually fixes it. What if I close out everything? Hold tight. There we go. Did it survive? Did the stream survive? If it's still going, this will actually be kind of a miracle. Okay, it looks like we're back in the menu. It looks like everything's running. We've only lost a couple minutes and we were already starting early, so that's a good thing. Let's go and get this running again. Again, I need to remember what it is that we were doing that was sort of an important thing. Program for Lionhead turn. But yeah, no, I'm just going to have to keep an eye on that. And Lionhead turn is sort of the biggest thing. The Lionhead turn and the other freight train are the biggest things that are hanging in my mind right now. And the other thing is the set of trains that are coming through from off-map towards Gilson City, so towards the area that we haven't built yet. Because those are the only ones that I can really think of. Those are the only ones that really strike me as sort of pieces of the simulation that we're missing. But because there isn't one on system when we start, maybe I should just stage one? It'll be different when we have Bellington, you know, built. Let's see. Those guys, this guy, you. Always goes straight through the doors. Let's look at, you, no, not you. There should be a train on the way. You're heading downhill. Or sorry, no, you're heading uphill with the VMR train. And then you are heading back the other way. This is a great little section to be on in the dark. That's actually really cool looking. Player control. Oh. Oh, because that's the one that oh, that's nice. It highlights it now. That is a nice little quality of life feature, actually, that I had never noticed before. Not in a train. Why do you exist? C48 Black Cylinders 1. That's in the thing. You can always just drive, like, the rail bus or something. Wait, what are you doing? Where are you? What is going on here? Oh, this was my measuring. Oh, I was doing math with this. I do not need this locomotive in the game anymore. That is not really what I wanted. What is the next train to leave, by the way? We already had a train that left. You. The issue with these guys not hitting full speed until they're right here, or, you know, not getting the heads up to go full speed until they're right here, is that when they get through Olive, they're not going full beans. I don't remember what this coach was supposed to represent. I tailored this contest in a certain way, and I can't remember why I did that. Yeah, see, it's accelerating. But if it had started accelerating way back there, it'd be kind of a different story. Actually, what I need to do is I need to look at... I need to look at what... We're talking about producers, consumers, sidings, the work by the different turns and things like that. Lionhead turn, that's stuff that we don't have. The olive switcher, working different tracks. At some point we're going to actually have to take note of the starting arrangement. Oh, it's struggling to load stuff. Also, whoa. That sway. Wow, why is it chugging? Something wrecked. Great. And that's because it's chugging. Alright, so something with this update, I need to turn something down. Because it's not... I'm not used to it having trouble like this. Definitely not a more optimized version than the last one. Let's turn those down to normal. 3K worked fine. Let's go into Trainz settings. Performance. Basic, shadow quality low maybe. Detail low, low, water quality low. It's fine. 2x anti-aliasing. I was using physics simulation. Alright, let's try it again. I don't know what it is that I'm... I don't know what got added or changed that's causing so much trouble for me right now. Yeah, I'm early because I wanted to get... early because I wanted to get the AI moving early. So that we could get to the part that I'm actually curious about. But now I'm just having problems. Hey, Shoreline. Okay, let's try that again. You've never seen that pop-up before because it's something that I made. I set that pop-up up. So when something wrecks, it tells me that something wrecks. Because I cannot continue the simulation after something wrecks. So, we're going to stay on with the one, and we'll see if he makes it through all of... the game is also suffering when I was iPortaling with Michael and them. But yeah, I saw a little bit of that stream. That was very neat. I wish I could have been a part of it. But I wasn't around, really. I didn't know what was happening, but I also wasn't around. Let's see here. Okay, we need... it keeps putting us over here. Me, I'm already frustrated. I have turned my graphics down about as far as they would go. Oh, you know what? We're already locked onto this. I should have just hit 2, and it would have jumped me over here. And I should also keep an eye on... Let me open my task manager and just see what it's pegging. It seems to be upset with my CPU, which isn't usually the problem. But let's just put this down here. What are we missing? Maybe I should just hop over to Olive and fly around a little bit and see what happens. I don't think it was the trees, because flying through that area was not the problem.
Hmm?
What are we missing?
I'm missing a very small ingredient for a recipe.
What is that?
Sesame seeds.
I didn't know we actually used them.
Yeah, I sprinkle it in.
Oh.
Uh,
I wouldn't miss them, I'll be honest. But, alright. Alright, let's see. Again, I feel like I should move the speed limit signs back to here. So that once they hit the map, they're actually gaining the appropriate amount of speed. Or I could just make the speed limit in staging ludicrously high, and we'd have trains zipping around staging at maximum warp. Uh, it would be one of those things. I don't have water out in here, do I? That's a shame. Okay. I think one of the other things that bugs me is these signals. You might be able to see them, but they have... Oh, they used to have, anyway. They had nameplates, and yeah, there you go. The very long names. This is kind of a cool... Let me just stand here clipped into the train. Wait, no, come back. Can I run? Can I sprint? Oh, I can! I'm running at, I don't know, maybe 15 miles an hour? Should let me go 20 miles an hour. Make me the goddamn Usain Bolt of trains. Let's see. Next thing is the Olive South interlocking, and then, yeah, because this guy just runs straight on through. I could make him go almost as far as Bellington now already. Also, it said birthday stream. Whose birthday was it? Was it yours, Shoreline? Because if so, happy birthday. I was only able to jump in for a second. Otherwise, I would have asked. Actually, I don't even know. I don't even remember where I was at that point. Because it was, and yesterday was a day. I was all over the place yesterday. Do any of these cars have interiors? Oh. There's no light in here. Oh, of course, this one has an interior. That's a glowing interior. So, something that I've turned down is helping. Probably the anti-aliasing. Although I am pegging my CPU still. Which isn't good, because when stuff gets to maximum, or really anywhere close, then things start to crash through one another. And the fact that those aren't in a straight line is always going to be problematic. Thank goodness the physics aren't that good. I was thinking the other day about what physics changes we could really get in this game. What would be possible? Because I have been spoiled by Derail Valley, as I feel a lot of us have been. Those of us that have played it and have gotten to know its sort of the things that it can do, its capabilities. I feel like I'm not alone when I say I feel almost let down by most other train games. Like, if Trainz physics were half as realistic as Derail Valley physics, it would be a whole other ball game. I would actually like driving these things in the cab mode. I could absolutely do this. I mean, looking around is still kind of tough, but still. That should not be a yellow. And it doesn't seem to be a yellow. We're not stopping. We're not stopping, we're not slowing down. I don't think I've sat with this train in a long time. Anyway, let me look at our switch lists. Because that's the thing that I really am curious about. OB1. It's Olive Branch 1, logs transload. So, this is something that we need to pay attention to, because we have basically all of the timetabled times for these passenger trains already. What time is it now? It is 5:06. Yeah, so that was pretty accurate. The only thing we don't have is times in Bellington, because nothing gets to Bellington yet. So the other thing is, we are going to run this simulation hopefully all the way to like 8 o'clock, at which point I can mark down a lot of these other things. This would be 217, 219. Those are trains that we have not sort of written down the formatting for. And I can paste format only. You guys can't see what I'm doing here. But, oh, you know what? Let's collect these. Let's drop these back to... Oh, man. Okay, so I've got to do this format by hand. Sorry that you guys can't see what I'm up to. Focus on the train. Tell me if anything crazy happens. There we go. No likes, am I the only one? Hi, Vicky. Well, we just started a little bit ago, and these streams are slow burners. I'm here for a long time, not a... Well, I'd like to think I'm here for a good time, too, actually. But, good evening, Pat, at your new job. I hope things are going well. Let's make that orange, and make this the lighter orange, and you can't see what I'm doing, like I said. But the point is, we need to keep tabs... Actually, we need to keep tabs on... Where are you? No, not you. You're the Atlantic. You're waiting for 5 minutes, which, honestly, I don't like the way that's set up. Where is... I think it's at the top of the list somewhere. I might have scrolled right by it. You! What are you up to? You are still putting your train together, and you'll be here for a while longer at that. So, if I look at our switch list here, and I look at all of our OB1 trains, sidings, Olive Branch serves at 5:04, and then 5:13, it's going to pull out of this siding. It's got to run around the train. But the one we don't have is we don't have the time for the Olive transload. Yeah, and that's the thing we need to keep our eye on. 1+ like. But yeah, now that we have 7 people here, and we're past the teething troubles part of the stream. How long have we actually been going now? We've been going a good 20 minutes. This is the first... Hey, look, another train! This is the first tentative announcement that the Batch 3 trading cards will be on sale on our website, in the description, starting midnight Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Well, I guess it's Saturday, but 11:59 p.m. Friday, 12:01 a.m. Saturday. I will be releasing those cards for public sale, and if you hop to and buy a pack or more, I'll be shipping them out probably at the end of the following week. We are about to have a hurricane hit, and I'm not sure how that will work out, but the website should be just fine. Otherwise, there are a total of 98 packs that are going to be available. That was 100 to start with. I got one, and Eastrail won one in the previous set of Royales. So we will have 17 new locomotive cards hitting the all-time roster. I've already updated the website in terms of the gallery, if you want to see what's there. I've updated the card catalog, and yeah, that sort of thing. The hurricane is going to hit Maine, and it's right where I am. I thankfully am out of the direct path, but my heart goes out to you and everybody else that's going to have to deal with that. I hope that it isn't too bad in the end. But anyway, while this guy sputzes around, Yeah, 5:13. I mean, he's got 2 minutes to get down and back. I think these numbers are pretty accurate. And yeah, that's what I have written down for the operations. And once this guy goes, we should have a couple of the other things happening. I think I cleared out one of the cars that was here erroneously. I remember last time we talked about when the oil product would come in. We talked about when the goods train would come back. Unfortunately, a lot of that is sort of lost in the wind because it's things that I said and I worked out on stream and I didn't necessarily write down anywhere. But with any luck, we will be able to... Gotta get the wind farm blowing. Yeah. With any luck, we'll be able to figure those things out again when the time comes. The problem is if I walk, I'm going to sink into the ground, I think. Oh, I hold control to run. Because I'm mounted to the ground. I'm not mounted to, like... Couldn't figure out a costume for the Ren Fair. Honestly, it doesn't matter. You don't have to dress up. I got a little robe and thing. It didn't cost me very much. It's extremely simple. I don't know actually what Glory is doing. I know they have some ideas, but we'll see if we end up going if the weather isn't too bad. I think we should just totally play it by ear, you know? I'm totally going to play Saturday by ear. It's a shame that Sunday just doesn't work, because it would be a much nicer day. However, if we do get there on Saturday, I get the feeling it's going to be the kind of day where we have the place to ourselves. Just go in your pajamas and act like you don't know the year. Yeah. And I think you're going to go... No, you're not going to go backwards. You need to go to Butler Tail Track. You're going the wrong way. You got to go that way, buddy. You're going the wrong way. You just stepped out of a hot tub time machine. Being on the ground... This is one of my favorite little additions to Trainz, and I feel like I have not done... Yeah, we don't need to worry about it selling out. That's absolutely true. This is one of my favorite new little additions to Trainz. Oh. Is he going to turn around? Has he figured it out? Nope. This is why he sort of wanders around the yard for a while before he settles on where to go next. I was reading your description, and there are such things as train trading cards? That is absolutely right. I'm not the first person to make them, I'll admit. There are some museums out there that have done stuff like that, including Steamtown, from whom I draw direct inspiration. But because of the games we have, Locomotive Versus and the like, I decided that I could do better than Steamtown. And I decided to make my own. So with the help of a couple of very helpful individuals, very knowledgeable individuals, we've been making trading cards for, honestly, I don't even remember when the first batch came out. I should look up when that Kickstarter went live. This guy's going to sit here until he gives up, and then he's going to go backwards. I'm pretty sure. Let's see, Kickstarter batch 01. Kickstarter Steam Star Power. I can't find that directly, so let me go on to my Kickstarter, and I'll see if I can remember my login. Yep. Is that it? Because I can see, I think the projects, they hang around for a year, so if... Oops. Or I could look at, like, the date created of certain things. Okay, apparently that's not my password. What the hell? It keeps clicking off of the thing. Oh, apparently I just mistyped it. Steam Star Power. March 29th, 2022. Wow, we are like a year and a half removed from the original batch of trading cards, which I'm kind of shocked. I didn't realize it was nearly that long. Buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you waiting for? Why can't you throw the switch, and why won't you just go backwards where you need to go? It's just gonna sit here. I don't think they changed anything about train pathing. So I really gotta wonder. What's your problem, bro? If these guys don't repath anymore, then that's going to be a very serious detriment. You know what? Maybe I should have said drive to instead of navigate to. Because drive to takes the most direct course. And it should just have gone backwards. I think it's trying to avoid itself. I mean, either way, if it's trying to go forward, I don't see why it wouldn't, Jeff, waiting for track clearance. That's you, right? Yeah, you're Jeff. Waiting for track clearance. You have track clearance. There's nothing else here but you. Right? Unless the other guy got here very quickly. No. I'm already getting ready to pull my hair out today. 20 minutes in. And let's see, I mean, maybe if I just swap this. Drive to track mark. GEOL Butler tail track 2. GEOL Butler tail track. Butler, nope, next one up. I don't think that's going to be it. We're only 20 minutes in. I'll go back and we'll see if that works again. I'm going to make that small change and we'll see what happens. Because I don't see why navigate would be necessary here. So I don't know why I put it in. I'm wondering if I put it in because something was screwing up with drive to. That's how the gears interlock. Because usually I don't do something that doesn't make sense unless there's a reason why I don't realize it doesn't make sense. I mean, that's not entirely true. I do plenty of things that don't make sense in the end, but looking back, it just doesn't seem like what I should be doing here. Alright, you drive to track mark. GEOL Butler tail track 2. And you know what? Just to that save changes button is actually new. I'll tell it to drive via. Oh, is that what I think? Is that what they think this is? Train Sim Classic. All right, what is this? What is this one? North 1. Yeah, I was wondering what it would figure out. And you know what? To help it along, how big is the map and what's my inspiration to make it? It is large and getting larger every week. My inspiration is a lot of things, a lot of northeast sort of vibes. I wonder if I can force it to set these switches and if that'll help. Because it's interesting. Because if I remember right, what it likes to do is it likes to drive backward to My cat. I started this long before I had a cat. It likes to drive backwards to whatever the next thing is, and then go forward again. So let's just give it another thing. Let's say drive via track mark. Where's that pulp split one? GEOL. Ligard pulp split. Save changes. But yeah, we're talking New England-ish. There's going to be some other areas, but right now it's largely that. There are some areas that I've modeled sort of on the Midwest. You know, we're going to save as. We're also going to make a new version of the route today. Just for the sake of it, because I keep getting confused with the .23 and the .23 backup. I'm going to edit route and see if you can lower the draw distance. I have it down at 3K, which has been fine for this, been fine for this. I think draw distance cap. Interesting. So yeah, you can change what the cap is. Lafayette. Hang on a sec. Get slowly crate. Slowly crate. Slowly crate. Bad boy. Bye, Vicky. All right. So I can do that. That's neat. But that's a maximum. You know, I don't want to preclude people from doing that. From turning up their render distance. Yeah, he was gonna have a snack out of the cat box. Okay. Yes, I would like to save. So hopefully that's saved in the right spot. Now we'll try this again. Coupling up to things and then running out the wrong way is problematic. And it is a little bit persistent. There's more than one place where we've had a locomotive, particularly this one, sort of get stuck. And part of that is in the shunting, which means we're going to have to pay even more attention to it than I would have otherwise planned to. This is why I start the AI episodes early, because it's a lot of hurry up and wait. So... setting up for the lionhead turn. I don't even know if the lionhead turn is properly set up. We'll have to figure that one out. But at least we'll find, like, the missing link, you know? We'll know what the piece of the programming puzzle is that we don't have yet. So once this loads, I'm going to jump in to follow the mogul. Player control not assigned. That's interesting. So we'll follow you. Although you are still AI controlled. I don't know why it says player controlled. They seem to be putting in features kind of piecemeal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but things are definitely still a work in progress. And while we watch this guy do his thing... oh, maybe we'll get a very different, maybe we'll get a different perspective on this. The big steam cab is not what we need. There we go. Let's do this. That could be fun. And, since we're getting this squared away, let's get done some knot Tetris. think Tyler only shows up at the beginning to complain about not Tetris, because then I never see him again. Oh man, I touched it too soon. Okay. So I gassed it through the yard. I suppose if we're going to be at our own high score, eventually we're going to have to learn about, like, doing a Tetris and doing the actual, like, strats to get more points instead of just trying to break lines and last as long as possible. There's sort of a... It's not a finite amount of time, but there's a, relatively speaking, a soft cap on... there's a soft cap on what we can... I didn't show you guys this window, did I? Oh, and I hit escape. Oh, no, I did. Oh, son of a gun. I couldn't see it in the preview. Well, now we have to go back to the beginning. And this is a much worse start than the one we had before. Lafayette, now you can't be out of the crate for when Mommy gets home. You can't jump all over Mommy and be excited because you tried to eat out of the cat box and I caught you. That little yard office that I stuck down at the end there, I have no idea if that's even remotely prototypical, but I like it. Hi, Mimi. Lafayette was not good while you were gone. Boy in crate. Oh, jeez. Gloria's cough is rough. Can you guys still hear crickets, by the way? I think I've silenced them. I had a cricket invasion a couple of years ago. It wasn't pretty because they all moved into the basement and the basement flooded and I was dealing with a lot of dead crickets. Alright, let's, I'm glad you don't hear the crickets anymore. I think the thing is, sometimes the AI tries to go around its own train. Like, it recognizes that there was something there. It might... I wonder if it has to do with the way the couple at track mark algorithm works. Maybe it doesn't clear something in the memory about there being another consist in the way. I know that couple at track mark sometimes won't work. Well, a bunch of things won't work if the game thinks there's a consist in the way. Okay, we just knocked the lights out of some conductors. But that's the other thing. I mean, the coupling speed is high in this game. With this command, it's very high. And I don't like it. I feel like it is part of the problem when it comes to trains clipping through the thing they're trying to couple to and derailing. I feel like part of the problem is that the coupling speed is too high, and if it was a little bit more sedate, maybe it wouldn't be as bad. So I tried to modify that. I tried to straight up modify like the source code of the game, and that didn't go well because I don't know how to do that. I'm not a coder. Like I've said to the Persistent Jobs, the guy who's working on that, which that's a fun series. I can't wait to record more of that. Now that the mod is actually like quote-unquote out in a first sort of beta alpha release. There's still a lot to do and a lot that's going to be changed and updated and, you know, things like that, but now that it's out, I'm looking forward to making more videos in it. There's still a couple more episodes that I have in my back pocket, and ones that I all think are pretty good, but I haven't been able to play because I've had such a backlog that I haven't needed to prioritize it. That's the issue with making a series in a game I like, is suddenly my play becomes very regimented. I might end up doing a series in Railroute or a series in Factorio once this Derail Valley series is done, because those are the things that I've been distracted with I feel like, given the opportunity, I should keep... Wow, that was perfect. I should keep one, like, series on rotation that's like a pre-recorded thing, um, that's gonna come out weekly, like this. That's just like a random single-player game. Maybe I'm not the orator I used to be, but I still find that fun. Oh, I forget when the moment you touch it, it does the lines. It removes the lines. Whoa, what are those blocks doing? Oh, uh-oh. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. We're in trouble. We in trouble. No! Okay, well that wasn't good. Alright, we still haven't put this caboose with the rest of the train. 13 minutes is a long time. And I, unfortunately, don't have very much else to do at this point in time because my documentation is all up to snuff. I guess I could reorganize a little bit. Whole coking operation, meeting point for coal trains. Paper mill adjacent storefront for the trading cards factory. Dynamite guy on the left hand running. Limestone quarry and tombstone. Oh, that's what I originally wanted to do. And then I talked about putting the iron ore there. Maybe the iron ore has to come from off map. Tombstone has... Tombstone... Yeah, because I don't know where we would get... I don't know if I want to model an iron mine. An iron mine would probably have to come from off-map somewhere. Ooping. Detoured and a so-parted Selkirk. Heading east, 85 cars. Why detoured? It's interesting. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so that's a little less loud and obnoxious. And we're going to open the map and maybe do some work on the map then, because it's an AI day. It's a chill day. Documents, sorry, pictures, maps, Tolbrand. Now this guy's got to run all the way to the other end of the yard. I have to rearrange my stuff. He says 4 monitors in his setup, and I don't know how he keeps it straight, but I've got 1 monitor and it's not enough. Got nowhere to put another one, but it doesn't feel like enough. You know what? I don't think I ever set up a thing for paint.net. Which, let's look at game capture if I can. Paint.net, okay. Capture specific window, paint.net.exe. Match title, otherwise find window of same type. come I can't open this at all? Preview scaling. Scale to window. Let's see. Order. Move up. Order and move to top. You can't see it and I can't see it. Rename, remove, add, no. Properties. I don't know if I can do this because it's not the right kind of... Capture third-party overlays. Capture foreground window with hotkey. Lock preview. Now it's gone. Can I unlock the preview? Man, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, I'm just gonna remove it. I guess I can't do that. And all my stuff is out of order, too. HIJK, there we go. Alright, yeah, everything's at top. Because he has a bigger desk. He's got a lot of desk. The man has an extraordinary amount of desk. But that is not the thing that I'm getting at here. He's got a whole rig, like he is professional. In a way that I will certainly never be, mostly because I am not professional at this. I wish I could tell it to... Alright, so it's backing up. It's going to get to the end and then it's going to go forward again. And I don't understand why. I don't understand what goes on in the computer's brain to make this happen. But yeah, if I'm looking at this, if I'm looking at the map, which you guys can't see right now, Tombstone, see, and I want you guys to keep an eye on this for me, but Tombstone is on the Zion and Skyline main line. And I don't know how lucrative a limestone quarry can be. It'll probably be a sort of industrial railroad that runs a couple miles. It probably will look a lot like the Olive Branch, but they might have their own power. See, there is usually... I used to stick signals at the end of these tracks. There's one. Did it just go straight through a signal? Was that a red signal or not? And watch, it's gonna go the other way. Where are you going, buddy? It's right there. I think it has something to do with this. Because... definitely just drove straight through a red signal to do this. Come on, not, Why is it when I mouse over these, I'm not getting told what's up with them? Did this version of Trainz break these signals? It says yellow, but I know it's... I mean, this is not a yellow signal sort of thing. And on top of that, it should not be yellow, it should be red. Now I'm wondering if it's something with the config here. and that's screwing this up. Honestly, these tracks probably shouldn't have signals at the end of them. Maybe these tracks would? I do have an awful lot of signals in the yard here, and I don't think that's an improvement to really anything. I just wonder if it'll change anything. There have been situations where I've watched a train sort of ping-pong back and forth between the places it can get to because it's trying to get to a third place. That's just like beyond it. And having it go back and then forward and then back again just doesn't really help. So why won't you throw this switch? Why do you get so close and then you don't throw it? Is it because the thing you're looking for isn't actually on the other side of this? And it's going to sit here and it's going to be confused. There's something up with those dwarf boards. Something about going past them. Let's see if I remove the signals if anything happens. I'll remove all the signals from this, Alright, let's edit the session and see if it has anything to do with these signals. Because they shouldn't be showing as yellow, and it shouldn't be going through them if they are red. And I'm starting to wonder if they're just getting a little old. And I'm also starting to wonder if there's anything that I have for content that I can re-download. Installed. Let's look at on download station. Oh, whoops. No, let's say on download station and also installed. I can just do this, and I could right click and download, and it would see if there's anything else that I'm missing. I am working on the AI, and I'm working with some very uncooperative signals. Configuration mode basic. Type interlocking. It's always interlocking. Layer route layer, bound layer advanced. Let me just... I'm kind of curious if the PRR super signals have received an update. Manage content. Installed. Download station. I need both of these open, and I want PRR. And let's see. What are these called? PRRPL HDVR dwarf. Let me just share my screen now that I'm doing this. PRRPL PL HDVR dwarf signal. Oh, they're packaged. HDVR dwarf RS super signal. List asset versions. No, this is the newest version of this. There's something up with this super signal. pedestal dwarfs, the dwarf signals, they just don't, they aren't working properly. And so I want to find PRR, air signal bridge, PRR one dwarf signal. I mean, yeah, I could use these guys instead. They aren't quite the same, but I could use them. Either way, again, I think I'm just going to nuke them and see what happens. Just going to remove all the signals from the interior of the yard. Genuinely, you just wouldn't have them. Hi, my love. Yes, baby?
This Monday.
This Monday.
No, next Monday.
Next Monday.
The 18th.
Next Monday, the 18th. That is this Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you doing anything?
I don't know. Why?
Because DP Shrine wants to.
This Monday, the 18th. I can't think of anything.
Well, we can talk more about it after you're done with 100%.
Is there anything on the calendar? Alright. Alright, so the thing with going into signalized or unsignalized territory is, alright, get rid of this one too. Those are definitely problematic. Is that when you go into the unsignalized territory, the trains respond very differently. Let's see. There should be one at the exit here. Yep, there's a searchlight at the exit, which is fine. That's good. And I think we've removed all of the offending signals in here. We have these two at the entrance to the branch line, but honestly, this is the one time I'm going to use another one of these pedestal dwarfs, and I'm going to put it right there, so that we can still have trains taking the Y. Oh yeah, it's right here. You know, I definitely want the signal to be further down so that they can actually get to the thing. We can turn more stuff that way. Okay. So, I've deleted a bunch of signals. I'm sure nothing bad will come from this. It's still functioning even though I've deleted one of the more sensitive server racks. Alright, we're going to save that. Every new version of Trainz, we find new issues with this, especially with the switching jobs. They're the ones that provide the most problems. There are two things that are problematic. One is switching jobs, and two is wherever there are more than one train in one place at one time. So I just put this up on the screen. Should be looking at streaming and recording. For those in the Discord that really need to get in touch with me. Anyway, this is the map. There's a bunch of stuff that I still need to fill in with triangles. But otherwise, this is the map. This section up here that I've mentioned being a branch to a limestone quarry. The brown is the 2-foot gauge railroad. The iron ore, whether it comes up up to Zion here from, yeah, this can probably be a navigable river. I think Zion is supposed to be where we have our Zion is supposed to be where the steel mill is. So, Let's, Zion milling, steel milling and machining. Yes. Shoreline of the town has ore and coal docks for export. But is the river up to Zion navigable? Question mark. I think we might have smaller ships come in that, that can do that. Oh, ore and coal docks for export. So we'll have the docks for export, and then the, to bring in things. Now, there's a question of why would we be shipping things out and also bringing things in? You know, if we have a surplus, why would we need to bring things in? And I honestly don't have an answer to that question right now. I'm just sort of spitballing. But yeah, I think we'll have the Gilson Eastern have iron ore trains up from New DMAG, because that would be something unusual for them. That would also be a really important piece of, well, it'd be a chunk of change is what it would be. Because I don't, yeah, again, I don't really want to do an iron ore mine on the map. We're going to be having plenty of coal mines. Some of the stuff just has to come from off map. The oil trains are going to, like, crude oil is going to come in from the north, and it's going to run over the whole system down to Wombeck here, and there's going to be a refinery and some other mill stuff there. But chemical works. Oh, you're coasting. I thought he crashed. Chemical works in Wombeck. Oil refining, chemical plant. Yeah, we can close this out. Produces sulfuric acid and other commodities. Take it somewhere else and turn it into sulfuric acid. Sulfur comes from dam line from VMR. I'm just recollecting this set of ideas. Let me just cut this. I'm actually just going to bring this to, oops, yep, that's perfectly fine. Town south of Summit, paper mill, milk pulpwood thoughts. Town south of Summit, that would be here, would be the paper mill along the river. I don't know why here would be the place. Maybe there are extensive sort of pulpwood groves in the area. Probably over here, actually. This area could be all pulpwood stuff if this is still relatively flat. Also, hi, Ryan. I'm not sure I said hi to you. This could be all pulpwood area. And then it gets taken uphill, which would be a little weird, but comes through here, goes uphill to there. Pulpwood from here to here. There's your paper mill. Then it comes down this way, maybe through Uniontown. There's probably a train that runs over, either a train from the ZNS that runs over VMR trackage, or the train from the VMR that runs over ZNS trackage, at least to get as far as Zion, and then it goes on the GRR. Or something like that. It's an interesting question. We'll have to figure that one out. Well, you know, that's a long way off. We'll get that when we come to it. We're looking through the roof of the building right now. Okay, also, it's good that he's made it this far. It's kind of important to note that he's made it this far. The removal of the um, signals did not impede this guy's progress. It's in Carver. Carver. Yes. So yeah, this is going to be sort of pulpwood groves, and I think there's going to be more pulpwood around this whole area here. In fact, I could see there being another branch that leads down into this region. This is all mountainous. In fact, we could spend some time drawing some mountains if we wanted to, but I can also just turn them off. You can just see the this area. I'm not bothering to draw mountains outside of here. This is like a high desert. I'm looking forward to doing this. I visited Como while I was out in Colorado, and that gave me a lot of inspiration as to what that area might end up looking like. Honestly, I don't think the signals are the problem, but I think that I genuinely don't know. Again, I'm wondering if I throw the switches. Thank you. If I throw the switches, will it go? And thus, if I tell it to throw the switches, will it go? It doesn't quite land the same as pork with the cornflower. Also, the camera glitching out is not... I'm not thankful for that. I genuinely don't understand what brings it to want to go around this way, because I know it can get out this way. I wonder if telling it to change directions will help. I don't want to have to micromanage it, but if that's what it comes down to make it consistent. Yep, there he goes. Okay. Yeah, if that's what it comes down to make it consistent, then that's what it comes down to. It's just not something that I look forward to the idea of doing. Anyway, happy little triangles, anybody? Someday I'm going to finish this map. It's funny to think that this is so much closer to being done than the rest of Tolbrand. There's got to be some sort of like waterfall here that prevents the railroad from following it properly. And the more space we leave, the more indicative this is an area where trees are growing instead of an area with oh, I can hit enter instead of clicking off. Holy crap, that's a game changer. That is a game changer. It was okay. It was just kind of crunchy? I don't know what the word... I don't know how to say it.
I mean, it's supposed to be crunchy.
Yeah, but not crunchy in the good way. Like, crunchy like it had
Was it fried long enough?
things inside of it. I don't know.
I mean, that's called cornflower, though. Cornflower is very, like, not as smooth as regular flour.
Yeah.
Cornflower's a little granular.
I guess. It just doesn't... It's not the same as the pork.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to try something different.
I'm glad you did. Built a BR-52 4-tanks cargo truck and a forklift last night. In what way? In model form? Oh, Minecraft. I was gonna guess model form. My next guess was gonna be Gary's mod. Let's put that there. We have another ridge line. At some point, we're gonna hear the locomotive coming back. It's just gonna be a little. It's gonna be a couple minutes, and then we'll hear it. Unless it gets lost, because that's always a possibility. The thing with the signals is they should be restricting it, you know? They should be saying you can't go past this point unless I have two. One of them is a quad 20 centimeter, yeah. If they were saying you can't go past this point unless you throw the switches properly, then it would be easier to make sure the switches are thrown properly. And I don't know if that's what they were doing before, but I think that's what they were doing before. And the fact that they aren't now is kind of weird and concerning. I hope that there isn't something with this newest Trainz update that sort of gets in the way of proper AI usage of signals. Then again, these... Oh, here it comes. Then again, these signals were always a little bit weird, so it's probably not all of them, and I might just have to find other versions of these signals. We're running the AI tonight. That's right, Mew. And I'm ripping my hair out already. Alright. I want to get some of this done. And this whole area is like a no man's land. Which is why I thought about a some sort of branch line that goes out into the mountains here. That would be an interesting one. Maybe that would be a 2-foot... You know what? That would be a really fun one. Have I gotten to the Mikado yet? No, I haven't gotten anywhere close. This guy refuses to leave this track after he couples. Put my 060 and GS4 in full display. I used Lego to elevate the 060. That's smart, though. Also, Lego and budget are never, like, you never say those things together. Lego's expensive as hell. Gloria was talking about getting us one of the big Lego sets so we could build it together, and I thought it was really sweet. And then we looked at the price, and it was, well, we don't own it. Let's just say that. Okay, so you, right? I'm going to give you 2 chances to get the hell out of here. And if that doesn't work, we're going to have to start it again, and I'm going to throw the switches for you, using the commands. And we'll see if that works. We need this to be totally unobstructed, you know? But why did I give it navigate to instead of drive to? It doesn't seem to be making much of a difference, if I'm honest. Both times it's just straight up not working, so we might spend the whole day fiddling with this. If we can't get this simple thing to work, we're gonna have to just like wait for a Trainz update. Maybe I should really try leaning on N3V about the AI situation. People seem to have more sway than one might expect. Luke Skywalker Spear, $240. Woof. Okie doke. No, OBS is pretty sensitive. We're probably still gonna hear Gloria's music, and we're gonna get a copyright strike, and we're gonna get taken down. All right, we are stopping. We're stopping. It's gonna go here, and then he's gonna turn around, and he's gonna go back to the other end of the yard track. And even like throwing this or yeah, no, and that would be this, and then the lead it's already set to that. So this, just throwing this would be enough. But it already made the driver already made up his mind. He's going to the other end. I wish the camera would stop doing that. The 100% CPU usage is absolutely brutal. It definitely was not doing that before. The funny part is, it's not even like... My fans aren't even going crazy. They're just sitting here. So we'll see what happens when this guy doesn't have a signal. The other thing is the game does run sort of imperceptibly slower. A minute takes longer than a minute. From over there. Oh, that's nice. Kobe. Kobe. Let's see. Will you throw the next switch? No, not yet. Why haven't you? And why won't you? He's going to stop before the switch, he's going to pull up right to it, and he's not going to throw it. So it's not the signals that are doing anything. The Derail Valley mod dropped for the 2A2 wheel arrangements. Yeah, that's a cursed mod. It's really neat, but boy, is it cursed. This guy's going to pull up to here, and then he's going to sit here. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to give him... No.
Oh, he's in his crate. Why?
Oh, right, because he was in the cat box. I was trying to tell you.
Come on.
I heard him go in there.
Let's go. Come on.
I see, he just stops. I wonder what would happen if I threw this switch. The AI will throw a switch if they feel like they have to. I don't know what it is that makes this guy feel like he doesn't have to. And I'm wondering if I throw it for him, if something will change. I'm going to give him a minute until he says something like, waiting to access. You know, I need something to work off of here. I need to understand a little bit better what the problem is. We need to put in a nice big line of mountains in between here. And then, yeah, we're going to have like a little health block here. Have these new games in which trains are not automatically fixed to a spline. I'm worrying about if I'll have to force restart the computer. I'm not sure I understand, but, I mean, presumably they are fairly resource intensive. But even then, it looks like, while I love, like, pure physics-based stuff, even the pure... Thank you. Even the pure physics-based stuff is a little bit jank at times. It's a little bit simulated, you know? Derail Valley, and probably Century of Steam, and even RO is sort of like this because of the how weird the code is. It doesn't... How do I put this? It's not purely physics-based. The only thing that genuinely is purely physics-based, as far as I can tell, is like Gary's mod. And even then, the props aren't all real anymore. It's mostly just sort of a simulated weight. Yeah, see, he's just gonna sit here. I don't know what's going on with these guys that are just... They don't have, like, the drive to do anything anymore. They don't want to throw switches. They don't want to, Nobody wants to work anymore. What's up?
I'm not going to make the rice because it's a lot of chicken.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay. And this guy hasn't left either. And I'm wondering if that is because it takes more than 20 minutes for him to leave, or if he's also stuck on a switch and it's not just what we're dealing with here. Okay, can't help but notice there's no locomotive on this train yet. What are you doing? Oh, you're waiting for a trigger. Okay. What are you waiting for? Station through. But that train already came through. Buddy, the train is gone. Oh, wait, no, there he is. Right? Or is that the mainline train? This is the mainline train. So what train is this guy supposed to be waiting for? Did he take so long to get over here that he just missed the boat? Also, why did this guy slow down so much? Because it should have had a green signal from half a mile away. Everything's going screwy. Why did this happen? Why are you still sitting here waiting? Did you end up getting held up for some reason? Speaking of which, where's the passenger train? Made it through there. Looks like he's crawling. 22 miles an hour. I'm ready to flip my desk over. Why did this happen again? Also, why is the unload command? Why does it look like that? Why is this happening again? There should be no reason why these are showing as like a yellow signal anymore. It's got plenty of lead in. Well, this says red still, so what's up with it? Line ahead is unsignaled. What did I miss? I threw a switch somewhere, didn't I? Oh, because I got rid of the signal. No? Wait, am I... Is this line to here? No. No, it's lined to here. What?
Can you open it?
Yeah. There you go. It's gonna smell like garlic in here now. I thought I had put... There's a buffer here. So, line terminates. Oh, shoot. Jeff, waiting for track clearance. Yeah, okay. So, if I throw this switch, and then I jump back to the train, now what's the problem? This signal here. Line head is unsignaled. Why is this a problem? Because this way, there is a signal. I think. Yeah, there is. This one right here. How is that at all unsignaled? This is a signal. Line terminates or is closed. That's very strange. That is very strange indeed. And you're going to sit there and you're going to be confused because there's no... My head is unsignaled. Yeah, Tolbrin Silent Hill Edition. Derail Valley is a horror game, and so is Trainz. Are you going to have a solution? The DLS is fine. The AI is not. Line is clear ahead for 2 blocks. What did you do? What did you do? What switch did you throw? What thing did you change? This is this way, this is this way. Oh, because it wanted to go this way. Apparently this doesn't count as a signal? Or did I leave a little gap in the track somewhere? Oh, right there. Okay. I need to connect these two things, and then it'll work fine. Or I should just put in an invisible signal over here. Honestly, or just a red sign. Make it easier for those who don't understand more than the average chatbot. I think that's rude. I don't... What? Fair, I guess, but also damn. Stuck. You are stuck. You are still here. You have not moved. Why is this a big deal for you? What happens if I throw this switch? Oh my god, you're moving. I want to know where he goes. I want to know where this guy ends up. But yeah, the caboose track thing, that was my own fault. This, though... So where is this guy going, then? Is he going to do what I've watched this train do before, which is pull past and then run all the way along the passing loop? Probably. Zoom back in. Wait for everything to load. Yard entrance south. Nope. This switch should still be thrown this way. This one's still thrown that way. Now he's coming backwards. My modern starter sets. I wouldn't know anything about that if I'm honest. I haven't seen anything about... I'm so outside of the model train sphere, just in general. Oh, look at that. Look, he's going backwards this way. And then what? He needs... I think the thing is, he needs to be able to pull the train completely out of the shadow of the old spot. But I am pretty skeptical about what happens when this train gets to the end of the track. I feel like it's going to turn around and do the same thing again. Both the benefit and the flaw of the AI is they always try to set their switches back. So if they attempt something, they throw a switch, well, then that's kind of it. You know, they attempt something, they throw a switch, but they need to throw more than one. When it goes through the next rotation, that first one gets flipped back. They really can't throw more than 2 switches at a time that they're looking at to try and clear a red signal. Otherwise, they'll throw switches when they get close to them, which is fine. Sometimes it's a little too late, if you ask me, but still. Let's see. Getting close. Perfectly fine until I think about their MSRP. Yeah, I know. Starter sets. Oh yeah, see, look, it throws it now. So I think the issue is that it has to pull the train all the way out of its original shadow, and I'm wondering if there's something I can do to change that. And I have an idea. I have an idea. I genuinely don't know what it is exactly about this situation in specific, but if it's yeah, having I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on starter sets. They can be pretty overpriced, but it just sort of model railroading is an expensive industry. Starter sets are for suckers. Uh, I feel like if you're getting into the hobby seriously, you're not gonna you're not gonna spring for a starter set. A starter set is just like here's a little bit. It's not too much to deal with. It's not too much to handle. Okay, so here's what I think, and this corresponds to the way things will be set up in real life. Real life. In the way that it's set up, because probably, and we'll need to take note of this. Let me go delete the Kanawa first of all, because that doesn't need to be here. Um, J.R. Joe, sorry G.I. Joe, you're toast. Um, this is a total hypothesis that it has to pull the train all the way out of its own shadow in order to want to back across its own shadow. It might have to pull it past the junction. I don't know. But if that's what it is, then we can start this train back here. Right there. And it'll put the caboose on, and then it'll run around. It'll do the same thing. It'll couple up to these cars. And then it'll go from there. Specifically because it has to pull it out. Now, another thing that comes to my mind is instead of running around and then shoving it out, it pulls it out, puts it on this track here, and then does that. That's also a reasonable possibility. There's another thing that crosses my mind, though, which is now that we've deleted those signals, which weren't necessary to delete after all, but now that we've deleted those signals, how do we get trains to come into the yard? Sorry, I'm going to keep checking that. And I think, unfortunately, the solution is we have to put some of the signals back. So, first of all, let's go grab the signal that we put on the wrong layer over here, because we weren't paying attention when we did this. Oh, and let's go fix that other thing, too. You are on the session layer. You should be on the route layer. Save changes. And then let's look for a PRR. Not the CNR dwarf signal. Let me use this one. Search filter. PRR. PR1 dwarf. I have so many of these. I have multiple kinds of PRR dwarf signal. I'm going to drop these guys. Let's see. Which one of these is supposed to be the arrival departure track? That's the thoroughfare. This is the arrival departure track. Honestly, it doesn't really make sense. They should be backwards. Because, one, I need the arrival departure track to be longer. And second of all, it gives us more room. Third of all, it won't get in the way of the other stuff. Alright, so let's put this here. There we go. And these guys will actually work a little bit better than the super signal ones, thankfully. And let's go over here and put down our favorite little kind of red sign, or maybe a sleeper, or maybe some other buffer stop, improvised buffer stop. Honestly, we probably don't need that. We could probably put in an invisible signal, which I'm getting more and more inclined to do. Or more importantly, I could just do this, which invisible track. Where's the BNSF 50 track? There we go. Now that that's connected, should have fewer problems. Alright, we're going to save the route. Actually, we're going to exit and then save. Exit surveyor. Save. Oh, wait. Hold on. Still need to figure out what's going on with this dude over here. Why did you miss the boat, buddy? Now, I've talked about how timing isn't really the thing that I want to use. My ideal starter set is the train from Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. That's what I want in a starter set. Did I put... Yeah, okay. Gotta keep an eye on this guy and the other guy now, which is going to get worse. But I need to figure out what the problem is before I can fix it. And the fact that we're right back at the beginning fixing problems is really... Ugh. Man, bugs me, but here we are. I'm wondering if there's a way that we can hold the passenger train, the local passenger train, for the express one, if that's what was holding up the express. I'm not sure, but the thought is crossing my mind. Alright. This area is still relatively mountainous. But not crazy. The thing is, this is... So this is an inland route. And this is a pretty steep up and over between Kingston and Tombstone. Because I want this to be like a micro New River Gorge. Same kind of caboose as the other one. So what made this guy take so long that he missed the boat on the trigger? Because this is supposed to be a fairly quick arrangement. Grabs... It basically just puts the caboose on the train, right? Or grabs the train, puts the train out, and then just waits for the passenger train to come in. I think it might be the fact that we fixed the passenger train that's causing us trouble with this. That might be it, actually. Also, man, Paul, you look terrible. The thing that I want to keep an eye on, then, is... Where is it? Where is he? Mick. Mick. This guy, right? This guy used to take a while to get into the station, and I think we might have fixed that. But I'm not certain. Let's see. You're 86, low slung AA gun. I mean, that'd be a fun starter set. I don't think it would be for everybody, though. People want for a starter set, you want to give out, like, the most generic train you can think of. That's why, I mean, I said the Wes Anderson thing as a joke, but I genuinely think it would be a good starter set. Even with all of the, like, nonsensical cargoes the train has, like a hopper full of avocado, or whatever it is. Alright. Honestly, they should sell that as a set, like an HO scale set. It would be a fun little project to try and recreate that, actually. I think they should go back to giving scenic rares their own specific starter sets. Yeah, but last time they did that with the DNS, it was atrocious. The DNS starter set is incredibly bad. So if they could do it right, I would absolutely agree with you, though. Like a Conway Scenic starter set would be very neat. Honestly, the random assemblage of freight cars that the Valley Railroad has would do great for a starter set. Yeah, unfortunately, like, it's something that you want to forget, right? The DNS thing. But it, for some reason, just jumps to mind when I think starter set based on a scenic railroad. ON 340, yeah, ON 3040 with some SR and RL coaches. The other thing is, though, I feel like a lot of starter sets are not passenger sets. Like, people want to be able to do something when they buy the little kit. You know, the little kit that gives you, like, one siding, 2 switches, and 2 curves. Or, you know, a siding and 2 straights and a buffer. Just think of Strasbourg 475 as an 080. Oh, God. I didn't even know about that one. That's pretty bad. Alright, so I would like to put this trigger... Currently, it's a half a mile away. I want to put it a mile away. Maybe I make them triggers. Oh yeah, majority, like, Christmas sets, that's fair. Christmas sets are an interesting subset of starter sets that I was not even considering. Because it's so very much like, oh, you want a little passenger train to run in circles. That doesn't strike me as much of a starter set, if I'm honest. It just... What is it starting? Hi, thank you. And now I'm going to turn my camera off. Can I have some water, please? I don't know where it is. Alright, if this guy cruises in, which I think will happen, because, oh, that's right, because we told him to throw the switch. We told him to throw the switch, and then on his way out, he actually doesn't throw it back. So that's not a good thing. Can't have the copyrighted music in the background. Love you, babe, but your music's loud. We are slowing down. I really hope that Derail Valley and Century of Steam set like a gold standard for train simulation. I think DV kind of already is. Yeah, these are actually working properly. This is one of the things, unlike way down on my priority list, is to go through and set up all the signals properly so they display the right aspects for what, you know, for what they're doing. Oh, Lafayette's here to beg. Thank you so much. Where was it?
In the bedroom.
Oh, okay. And we're taking these crossovers at 40, which, it feels a little high, but... Yeah, okay. So, let's check something. Where is the consolidation right now? Still pulling in. Because that guy sits there forever. Okay, so that's the kicker. This guy isn't fast enough anymore. That's fascinating. That is not a thing that I didn't think we'd get this negative consequence of fixing one of my greatest annoyances. Honestly, just dispatching this station has got to be a nightmare. Because of the fact that it's a 4-track mainline and you've got to cross people over and get people in the way. Yeah, so this guy here. And then the other thing that I want to... I'm just going to wait till that's... What are you doing? You're not... You're still... You still have the caboose. You're putting the caboose away, aren't you? You're pulling the caboose on. Okay, cool. We have not gotten anywhere close, by the way, to what I wanted to do this episode, and it's already 8:30. We're never getting... We're never touching it. So I think... Oh, man. There is a navigate via trigger command, isn't there? And a drive via trigger command. Wait for trigger track mark. That's an interesting one. Let's just do that and look for scripts. No, I don't see it. VC drive via trigger. Driver command in Shunton, Cruise, and Pack. Interesting. Maybe I have it... Wait, here? I don't know. It got off of it. You know what? This guy... This was probably a very good run for it. New phone is messing with me. Damn, I know that feeling. So, you managed to get out of it this time. But it's not consistent enough. So, wait for track mark, and I think we should standardize triggers for mainline mainline things. And now I'm just looking for a drive via trigger command. TC drive via trigger. Throttle controlled custom driving through a selected trigger. Drive via trigger. Interesting. This is interesting. I don't know what this is, really. I want to try it, but I don't know what it is. Because I do think that... Why are you just sitting here? Are you Skip? You are Skip. Why are you waiting for track clearance? Who are you waiting for track clearance from? This is not good. This guy can't seem to figure out how to throw the switch either when doing a navigate to. Or perhaps a drive to. This makes things vastly more complicated if this is how it's going to be. Also, stop it. Stop. Stop resetting my camera. I think it's because my CPU is unhappy, but I just... Ah. I don't know what's going on here. And I think I'm going to have to bring it up to the people in the N3B Discord, because this is not normal. A lot of waiting for track clearance. No one has ownership of this area. There are no other moving locomotives except for you, and you wouldn't know that without getting past this. And if I give you that, then you just go. So man, my camera's cocking up. So what's going on here? With what? I haven't touched it yet.
Oh. I wasn't that hungry.
I will eat it shortly.
It actually tastes a lot better. The chicken tastes a lot better.
Than the pork?
No, in like the sauce. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
as grainy as it was without it being in like the sauce and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so this guy has not pulled his train out of the shadow of itself yet, but it's got the opportunity to do so now. Where's the caboose? Oh, there it is. Drake, where's the caboose? So I'm wondering what is preventing these guys from throwing switches when they need to. And if these two things have anything to do with one another. I might end up having to set down the AI for a while if this is going to keep up. And I know I'm on sort of a beta version. But I wonder if this has been brought up. I need to submit a bug report or something. I don't know if that's a thing that I can do. Because I don't necessarily feel like trying to find my way around this. Alright, there's probably another switch here that he's not gonna... It's the same switch that he's not gonna throw. But he has already pulled the train out of its own footprint. So I think that hypothesis is toast. Yeah, and he's just gonna pull up to here and stop, and he's never gonna be able to go further. Oh, it says Skip did something. Probably a different Skip, huh? Yeah, this guy's stuck. They don't seem to try again once they're stuck. That's really the kicker. They get stuck and they don't do anything else. They just say, I'm stuck. That might be an important facet of it. Well, I don't think I can proceed any further. So I'm going to eat my food and end this off here, and I'll see you guys next week. We'll do something productive next week.